Pope Francis has died.
This morning, the world's 1.4 billion Catholics mourning the passing of Pope Francis.
Good morning on this Monday, April 21st. I'm Ali Vitale, and we come on the air with breaking news this morning. Pope Francis has passed away.
Scene one, take two, marker. I wanted to preface by saying I'm not Catholic at all. I just have an immense respect for Pope Francis. My name is Quaid Hyden, and I'm talking about my strange and unorthodox relationship with Pope Francis. And what I mean by that is how I sent one DM to him on Instagram, which got my friends invested once I posted it onto my story, to which I got a chance to learn about someone who was humble, stalwart, and kind.
In an extraordinary yet maddening move for the Secret Service, launched into the crowd. Can you please pray for me and my mother for a better life and a better job? Pope Francis took the letter with him.
Pope said during an appearance in St. Peter's Square that dogs, along with all of God's creatures, can go to heaven.
I learned that he had an Instagram account, and I just found that so humorous. Here was this man of such great renown just having this Instagram account, and that anyone could message him. I sent him a few random messages here and off, but nothing too substantial to where the bit really got started. It wouldn't be until 2021 that I started to do this bit, where during the end of my senior year of high school, I would just post just the random things I told this man that I told this guy, and just post it onto my story, and that was that there. My friends, whoever followed me, just got so invested into this story in a way of, will Pope Francis respond to Ian Hyden on Instagram? And throughout the years, people would ask me, hey, did Pope Francis DM you back, by the way? So I realized I had something there, this lightning in a bottle moment here, where it could bring a laugh, it could bring some joy to somebody. It was also a chance and an opportunity to tell people, hey, this is what I've been up to. So the big question, of course, that it was on everyone's mind, did you expect Pope Francis to respond to you at all? Now, of course, I would love to say yes to that question, but deep down, I knew he was never going to do it. It was a fool's errand to do it, but I still kept doing that because there was just such a fun of the what if he did? What if one time I just message at the right time and Pope Francis responds back? Maybe in perfect or broken English, maybe it's entirely in Italian for all I know for. But just that one iota of an opportunity to get a message back from Pope Francis, that would have been enough right there. So one of my favorite DMs I ever sent to Pope Francis, it was the Stanley Parable, the Stanley Parable DM. So that was one of my favorite ones because as I was typing that, I was just thinking of Kevin's voice in my head as I was typing that one out. The other one in terms of a stylistic one was when I told him that I watched the Quentin Tarantino film The Hateful Eight, and I styled it in the form of a letter. Samuel L. Jackson's character, he has this letter from Abraham Lincoln, and I wanted to style it off of that as if you were to read a letter. I'm going to cop out and say that the final DM that I sent to him on April 29th, I think that was one of my favorites as well, because it was just such a culmination of everything. And for it to be on April 30th, the day that George Washington took office in the United States of America, and in Metal Gear Solid 2, when Raiden met his girlfriend named Rose, his real name is Jack. Jack and Rose, like the Titanic, because Hideo Kojima likes his movies, by the way. So as I started to follow him more and more, I got a better idea of who he was, and especially in the last year of him living, I especially got to know his love for the Palestinian people and his support for the Gaza cause.
Sto bene, grazie a Dio. Mi scusa, è stato con il Santa Messa.
Ah, con la messa. E dimmi,
Sì.
cosa avete mangiato oggi?
Del pollo, le ali. Il resto dei polli? No, el resto del pollo, la salita che sta Santo Padre. Lo che quedò del pollo de ayer. Quasi tutti il compound qua ha mangiato pollo. Casi
Pollo.
todos los refugiados acá comieron pollo ayer.
Ieri hanno mangiato pollo.
And his disdain for Israel, his disdain for a capitalistic society, his love to help people. There's that photo that I used where he was washing the feet of asylum seekers, and that is, like, to me, the photo of Pope Francis. I think I've washed away all the pain. The lightning has escaped the bottle. When he talked about in his to the city and to the world prayer, there was a whole mention of not trusting God, not trusting your faith, and to always have hope, because even in your darkest moments, hope is something that you give yourself.